In 2011, our Virginia and North Carolina farming operations continue to adapt to record-breaking volatility in weather and markets. Just as they have always done, Virginia and North Carolina farmers are managing their opportunity and risk to make crop-producing acres more profitable than ever through improvements in marketing strategy, soil quality management, and higher-yielding genetics. In the 2011 growing season, it was evident that drought and heat stress is the single greatest influence on yield for the majority of farms that we serve. We've heard from many growers whose Seed Consultants hybrids responded with yields above their expectations.
This corn this is just an awesome corn. This corn's got some flex to it, and it's got some top end yield potential, and it's a healthy plant. It's a good stalk. It's very good on diseases, and as you can see, it makes a real good ear. AGT 30 is it's a corn to replace 45 for us in the Piedmont area. It speaks for itself. The corn speaks for itself.
Well, what we're shelling particularly here out of this field is turning off very well. I've been hauling it back to the dryer. It's got a good dry down to it, running about 18%. Don't take much heat to dry it back down, so it's got a good dry down to it. Looks like it's gonna have good standability though, even though we had a very dry year. So.
Yes, I run the combine, so I've been running around here, and we've been, right now it's averaging right around 137 bushel, and we've gathered about half of it, and I say by the time we get done, I think we'll still be in the 140 bushel range for this variety, and it still got a little green leaf on it, and the stalk standability is real good, looks like, so we were pretty well pleased with it, with the seasons we had when we had them 100 and some day temperatures there and went about 4 weeks without no rain, so we were spotted in there, had good rain up till then, but then after that it kind of went downhill, and then we got some after the year started forming, had good pollination. As far as that part, the weather was good for it, but we just missed a few rains there within about 3 weeks of dry weather. Other than that, I believe it's a very good corn. See, it's right there with them. I've had 2 or 3 different variety of competitor variety, and they've done well too, but this Seed Consultant has stayed right there with them, and ain't lost nothing, and I'm pleased with it.
We're still growing some of the 1200, and we had the 1145 for a long time, but this variety here, if it's going to perform like this, I think, with the technology y'all got, it'll be a good choice for next year also.
You may recall that we made SCS 11HQ70 from Seed Consultants our top silage recommendation for silage growers last year. So how is that working out for area silage growers? Let's take a look and you be the judge.
Well, we're planting quite a bit of 11HQ70 for our silage corn, and it turned out real well this year. And we had one field that did right at 33 tons. We planted all on 15-inch rows, but all of it was 25 ton plus, and so it turned out real nice.
Get a perspective here to the viewers on just how tall this corn is and how thick it is in here at, what did you say, 35,000?
36,000.
36,000 plants per acre and 15-inch rows.
The ears are 6 feet off the ground. Anybody likes big tonnage corn should try 1170.
Now that's a silage champion to be reckoned with. Now let's consider the grain production side of our lineup. Just as research told us that SCS 11HQ70 is the right answer for silage production, testing data could not have been more clear that SC 11AGT30 had to be at the top of the list for grain production acres. So that's what we recommended. Again, you decide if we made the right move.
First year we've ever grown this variety. Looked good from the very start. We've had sufficient rain, not too much. We had a couple dry spells late May, late June, but this never suffered. It looked good all the way.
11 AGT30, the farm we had it on it wasn't overabundance of water, but had a few pretty good showers. I think it averaged about 180. It was just real consistent all the way through, and there were some lower areas on it that were we get on up over 200. But it was good corn. We picked for Rowan County. I think it was 2 or 3 acre plot. It averaged 220. It did really good. We'll probably plant a few more acres of Seed Consultants this next year for 2012.
Well, we've planted mainly all Seed Consultants corn now for 5 or 6 years maybe. Planted 1145 for a long time, and then the 11 AGT 30 come along. Planted it this year, a lot of it. Well pleased with it.
How did it yield for you this year?
I'm guessing on an average yield, field after field in 160s, 175. As good a corn crop as I've ever had, if not the best. Hadn't had this variety in an extreme drought yet. I'm sure it's coming. Last year it done well. We had 2 or 3 other kinds we planted just to get done. It was better than they were. I'm a believer in the corn.
It will come as no surprise that sales of SC11 AGT30 have soared, making it our top-selling hybrid, and we expect that trend to continue in 2012 as SC11 AGT30 is continuing to dominate Virginia and North Carolina testing results. You'd be correct to assume that we're excited about SC11 AGT30 and SCS11 HQ70, but that's no excuse for complacency. Our customers have grown to expect industry-leading corn varieties correctly positioned for their production goals. So, for 2012, we've added several new hybrids to our class of regionally adapted varieties. Let's take a look at these new lines with Dale Armstrong.
Okay, I'm here with Charlie Thomas. We're looking at 11 AGT 72. It's part of a new series of genetics that Seed Consultants is producing in 2011, releasing for 2012 growing season. We also have in that same series 11 AGT 30, which many of our growers used in 2011 and are doing real well with that variety. 1152, another new 115-day variety in that series, and 1122, which is also here in this test plot. These are stress-tolerant genetics. They handle heat and dry weather extremely well. They're being released by Seed Consultants primarily for the more southern part of our sales territory, and so we'll find out when the combine goes through just how well it compares to the other varieties in our lineup. But again, I want to emphasize that the 1172, 1152, 1122, and 11 AGT 30 are releases from Seed Consultants primarily for our sales area in the Piedmont of North Carolina and South Carolina. And so we encourage our growers who know they're going to have drought and heat stress sometime during 2012 growing season to take advantage of these very well adapted genetics.
This new variety 11HR31, we're really liking the looks out of it. The health is there, the agronomics are there with the stalk and the roots, and looks to have a tremendous potential over and above the 11 HQ39 on peak yield.
We've been growing Seed Consultants for probably about 4 or 5 years now, and the last 2 years we've planted nothing but Seed Consultant, and we've been very pleased. It's quality seed and it's done a good job for us.
I guess one thing that's that I've liked about Seed Consultant, I've planted their seed for a few years. They have a good price, competitive price on their seed. And I'm seeing seed corn that performs. It yields, it does its job at a good price and good quality. So all around, I like what I'm seeing, and I'll be planting more of it.
Locally adapted varieties and the latest technology. That's a powerful combination for your farm. Our customers and dealers are the heart of our seed business. We take it very seriously when you commit corn acreage to Seed Consultants seed. It's teaming with forward-thinking growers like you that makes the idea of moving yields forward a reality. We look forward to working with you on your 2012 crop.